is that there was a filed with the BID, with the immigration people, against Barry Jordan for his overstay. That's why he's in there. He's not in there, and I'll read you directly. I don't think my lawyer's gonna mind. This is a 20-minute ago communication. Some questions I've asked him, and we went over a couple of things. He says some people admired you because of your good deeds. Some would ruin your reputation because they're envious. Legally, I'm protecting you because Jordan besmirched your reputation. Cases have been filed, though prosecutor took time to resolve them. We also filed a case versus Jordan at BID for his being an illegal alien. Illegal stay may be deported by the Philippines authorities as you wanted to. Okay, so now my lawyer is actually going to Barilli personally. He's going to verify all the records in the regional trial court in Barilli and just find out, you know, schedules, what's going on with this. And he'll verify all that, whether he received a resolution, whether subpoena, when that's coming, if it came, possible schedules. So I'm going to say it again on here in his words. We also filed, this is a long time ago, this is why Barry's in jail. We also filed a case against Jordan at BID for him being an illegal alien because I was kind of getting on my lawyer's case a little bit because the information is not being updated as fast as I would like. But then again, that's me. I go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Information system doesn't happen very quickly here in this country. So basically, he was reassuring me, and I'll read it again. Some people admired you because of your good deeds, Frank. Some would ruin your reputation because they're envious. Legally, I am protecting your being because Jordan besmirched, that's his word, your reputation. Cases have been filed, though the prosecutor took his time to resolve. We also filed a case versus Jordan at BID for his being an illegal alien, illegal stay, and he may be deported by the Philippines authorities as you wanted to. Now, coming to Barilli purposely is to verify the records in the RTC of Barilli, whether Jordan received a resolution subpoena to know the possible schedules. Okay, so he's going to review with the schedules if they came up with it yet. Okay, we verified that yes, there was a case separate than the 5 counts. A lot of people are under the impression that the only thing I filed was a cybercrime case against Barry. You see, Barry's in jail not because, again, that immigration decided to do something. Okay, let's go find Mr. Jordan. As I said, and I meant, and I'll say it again, Barry's in jail because it was brought up to the attention of the Bureau of Immigration, then finally to the commissioner for his stamp of approval. Okay, there was a separate case. That's why I paid a lot to my lawyer. I've always told you in the past, but you don't listen. It wasn't just cybercrime. There were 2 separate cases. That's why I paid a lot of money. Okay, the initial case was with the BID. Initial, among everything, the initial case was for immigration and his overstay. Okay, all right, that was a whole separate thing because he was an illegal alien. And it took somebody to do that. It took somebody to bring that to their attention, or else he would not be where he is right now and having all these fantastic thoughts about his freedom. He didn't have these thoughts before he was arrested. I mean, he certainly did not. And I wasn't going to bring Barry Jordan up on here, but I wanted to kind of, I don't think my attorney would mind too much because it's nothing too private. It's nothing really that most of us didn't know already, except to clarify that although people are saying, Frank, you had nothing to do with Barry being in a jail cell, well, you'll have to talk to my lawyer about that. There were 2 separate issues. One was cybercrime. One was doing a case to plea with immigration to get Barry arrested for his overstay. 2 separate types of cases. I can't be more clear than that. All right. So with that being said, We are verifying kind of where this case is going. People are very curious with it. And it's not really my obligation to say anything to you at all if I wasn't getting some enjoyment out of this whatsoever. And I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of this. But I'm just saying, yeah. Um, it's a very good question, White Horse. I mean, I wish I could answer that question because you're absolutely correct. You hit the nail on the head. Well, they're overwhelmed with stuff and they want to take the bigger boys, and it's just one of these situations where you have to be, you got to jump in there and you got to make a little bit of noise and you have to kind of get them stirred up a little bit and you got to get the guy's name around so that they know his name like they know their own wife's name. That's unfortunately what you have to do. But unfortunately, I hate to inform anybody on here who just doesn't like me or doesn't like somebody else on here. To get anything done in this system is nearly impossible, and you have to have the patience of I don't know, man, of a chess player. Okay, you'd have to have the patience of a chess player because the fact is things do not move fast in this country, and I think you've all ascertained that. I think you all understand that without question. Things don't move fast, and to make things happen, it's going to take money for attorneys, and they're going to charge you for everything. Paperwork. They'll charge you every time. I mean, if my lawyer's got to make a trip to Barilli to find out, that's at least 6,000 pesos minimum. Okay, every time they make a move, every time they write up paper, bam, boom, you know, you're not a relative to them, and that don't matter. They'll charge your relatives the same thing too. I'm not special to my lawyer, and you got to understand that. He might have been over here and had a piece of cake and a beer at my house, but that doesn't make him my personal friend, and it certainly is not going to give me a break on his fees. That's just not going to happen. Okay, so for those people that misconstrued or just wanted to hear something different, Barry is in jail because we had filed the case. It was not something he had necessarily had to be served with on that. Okay, this was a petition, a filing, a case, an actual case that was filed with BID. Okay, and that is what prompted the commissioner to get the agents to actually go there once they had the information as to where he was. They tried serving him over in Malboa, and he wasn't there or was hiding or he had already gone over his girlfriend's house. But he was actually considered served, period, or else this would not have gone through for the 5 cybercrime cases, okay? Don't listen to what Ricky says on here because Ricky's throwing you all a bone. I'm the only one that knows what's going on here. There's times I don't even know what's going on. Information, the highway, it moves very slow. Very slow. And you're right, White Horse. I'll repeat his question. Why is Frank doing the job of immigration and not immigration itself? That's a very good question. Very good one indeed. It's unfortunately how the system works out here. Anybody can say something nasty about me on here. They're not even going to get a response from a fiscal at a prosecutor's office. They're not even going to get a response from the Bureau of Immigration. You have to take certain routes to be heard and seen, and you have to have some pretty goddamn damaging evidence to even get the attention of any of these authorities. Believe me, I know. I've been through this, and it was not easy for me. It still isn't. I mean, there's still things going on that I do know about, I won't talk about, but understand something. It isn't like you just write a letter to the Bureau of Immigration, say, hey, man, I think this guy's a bad dude and all this other shit. He should be thrown out of the country. Well, I wish it was that easy, my friends. I really wish it was that easy, but it's not that easy. If anybody knows, I know. You just can't, you're ignored. They're going to tell you that you're going to have to, have a formal complaint. It's going to have to be filed with police. It's going to have to be going to another office of cybercrime. And from there, it's going to have to be referred over to whatever. Unless you've got a personal lawyer that's going to do all that stuff. And that's going to cost you a lot of money to hire a lawyer. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. Yeah. Ricky doesn't look healthy. He looks overweight. Oh, did you just kind of like figure that out? Yeah, he's got even edema in his ankles. He's got swollen ankles. That's a sign of diabetes, but a sign of edema. He's got a lot of things. Yeah, don't worry about it. Like I said, if the law doesn't get you, somebody's health is going to get them. It's a win-win situation for me, no matter how I look at it, no matter who the person is. Because to tell you the truth, most of the people on here that have been adverse to me all have some serious health conditions on here, and they're all at an upper age. Most of them, I mean, most of them anyway. So whether something legal happens or Mother Nature says hello to them in a big way, it's a win-win situation for me eventually. So shit, I'm older than a lot of them on there, and I'm a lot healthier considering I smoke. Considering that too, and I don't drink. I do some other good things for myself. Maybe that's why I'm still alive. But I look healthier. I feel healthier. My tests prove that I'm fairly healthy from everything I've had done so far. And these people are falling apart. They're just falling apart. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna make a big show of this. I'm hot. I got to go to the bank and all this shit. Eagle is screaming today. That's right. I have money in my bank in Hawaii. Nobody's garnished it. Oh my God. And, one second. Train of thought here. Oh, okay. The reason I'm putting on this show. That, again, the people were saying, Frank, and what Popeye was saying, of course, Popeye's going to say, see, let me tell you, if somebody can't take credit with something, then they're going to deny, your achievements. That's what they do on YouTube. Barry would not be in jail today if it was for me. That's the bottom line. Okay? That's it. He would have gone for years and years unless he got into an accident and they had to research him. Was your ID? Was your pet? You could get away. It's unfortunate, but you can get away with immigration out here for a very, very long time. Very long time unless somebody actually reports you. I hate to say that, but it happens to be true. In Mr. Jordan's case here, he's sitting in a hot, sweaty, humid cubicle, okay? And he's been in there for well over 3 months now. And his journey is just beginning, okay? Because it is factual. He absolutely 100% does 5 counts of cybercrime. Absolutely does. And he's sitting in that cell because my attorney and I had filed separately, besides the cybercrime, had filed separately to the BID in regards to Barry Jordan's illegal overstay. All right, I should get a reward for that. I don't know. Maybe my lawyer will get a reward for reporting. They offer you a measly couple of thousand pesos or something. I don't know. But that's why he's in jail. Okay, White Horse says corruption in rife. Third world is rife. Well, sure it is. We don't know what he's doing on his side there. Is there any corruption going on his side going on? I don't know. I can't say. Lawyers, this, that, and money's being exchanged. What's going on? I don't know. And I'm not even going to imply that there's something illegal going on with that. But I'm saying that anything is possible out here. Because the truth is, Barry's in such a bad position that if it seems like a divine intervention happened and he got scot-free and said, okay, you could go home now. Well, something went on with that because there is no way that's going to happen legally. There is no legal way that that's going to happen unless there's some corruption involved, because there's no way. I'm just telling you straight off. There is no way that under normal circumstances that is ever going to happen. He's not going to walk free for probably, we're talking about years. Well, the process is slow out here. First of all, look, I've been dealing with, I just got back the other day, a guy from Facebook, and of course, what held us up, of course, again, was the COVID at the time. But we got each step of the way they work it in this country. They're not handling the case all at once and resolving this in one session. You have to go to numerous sessions. You've got to give out your evidence. The prosecutor is going to be asking, that's representing me, as he did, is going to be asking me very pertinent questions in front of the judge. There's going to be a stenographer there taking notes. Although here in the Philippines, she's doing it by hand, and that's why she came up to me before the case for the hearing the other day and said, "Can you speak slowly because I have to write all this stuff down?" And I'm thinking, then I looked over when we were going off this hearing. And by golly, she was actually handwriting it. Wow. I mean, I noticed it's third world, and some say it's second world. But wow, that's kind of an antiquity if you think about it on how this is happening. So yes, I think I've answered your questions on it. Yes, Barry's put in jail because I had him put in jail for immigration. Okay, it was all planned out. It was a second case. I said this from the beginning, but I guess you people just don't listen very well. I already said there's not just going to be cybercrime against him, that there were two separate cases. And that's why I paid a pretty good amount of money to my lawyer, because there were two separate cases. Two separate. There was the cybercrime portion, and again, there was the illegal alien portion that was filed with Bureau of Immigration, and of course brought to the attention of the commissioner, and so forth and so on. And to reinforce to get the agents to come in I can't say a timely manner to arrest him, but they did come. I had to also produce and prove that he was an undesirable on top of everything else, which he's claiming that those were dropped, and that's bullshit. Nothing's been dropped on that. It's stained on his record. He's an undesirable. Okay, so they came, they arrested him. My lawyer was present. Somebody else was present that was cooperating with me on this issue, and it was done. But it wasn't because the immigration agents just had a boring day and they decided, hey, let's go to Qatar and let's go arrest Mr. Jordan. No, that would have never happened in a million years. Never have happened. Never. There had to have been a case filed, and that could take a long time. For those people that are freewheeling out there that don't like somebody on here, they think, well, they have to have this magic wand and I could just write a statement to the Bureau of Immigration or somebody and say, hey, I don't like this guy, he's a bad guy, and he does this to women or whatever the hell he does, and they're just going to laugh at you. There are so many steps in between. It's exhausting. I can attest for that. Not an easy thing to do. You have to really, really be in tune with all this. You have to really be gung-ho. You have to really have and try, if you can, to exercise some level of patience, because it just doesn't happen because you don't like somebody. You have to present some brutal, concrete reinforcement rebar evidence for them to even consider doing anything as far as deporting you or accepting a cybercrime case against you. It's not an easy task. Would I do it again? Who says I'm not? But if you ask me would I do it again, yeah, I would. It's important to me. And who's to say I'm not doing something with somebody else right now? You never know. They will never know until it actually happens. But am I going to tell you on here, true or false? No. TMI. Too much information. TMI. Got to work silently and deadly. That's it. Let them find out on their own. I was too open about the Barry Jordan case. That's why I've been open about it a little bit now, because he's at the point of no return. You know, I can retire from YouTube here and not feel bad about myself at all about ever coming on here, doing shows. I'm very proud of my efforts. I'm in a state of euphoria that I actually got the system to work against Barry. And the proof of my work, and please let's not leave out my lawyer, he was instrumental in this. And I will also include somebody that helped me along the way with this. So the Three Musketeers basically got him into jail in immigration. Me, myself, and I. No, it's actually me, my lawyer, and somebody who had provided me current information as to where he was, exactly when he would be there, everything else. Yeah. You'd be surprised who it was. Oh my God. Now that's a big one for you. I didn't want to drop that bomb on you, but his own girlfriend turned him in. Yeah. No names mentioned. Could be any girl. Could have been anyone. Any girlfriend. I'm not saying any particular girlfriend turned him in. I'm just saying that a girlfriend, was it little Ann? Was it her? Because she's been there at the house. Was it his present girlfriend? I'm not going to tell. But there you go. You wondered kind of how it happened? The enemy of my enemies, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Keep that in mind. The enemy of your enemy is your friend. With that being said, I got a couple chores. Reluctantly, it's really hot out. I got to take care of this. Got to go suck the machine out of some money. That's right, money from my Hawaiian bank account. You got that right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And a couple of other chores I need to do. I don't want to stay out there too long. But yeah, right here. Right here. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm not going to read this directly from him, but I did read something what my attorney said. I'll have to use some discrepancy on certain things on here, but just know that, I just kind of took the cover off a few things here, and just to straighten out again why he's in jail from all the naysayers like Popeye and everybody says, and all that. And Ricky says that Frank did not put Barry in jail. I will take the credit because, excuse me, I'm being selfish. My lawyer, we worked together on this, and that's a fact. 2 cases, not just cybercrime. Okay, separate case, BID. That's it. That's why he's in jail. And people are saying, why did it take so long, Frank? Why did it take so long? Because what I just explained to you, and I turning blue in the face, saying that nothing moves fast in the Philippines. But if you keep at it, you could make a little headway. But it takes more than just wish and dreams, champagne dreams and caviar. It takes patience. You got to press the right fucking buttons. You got to have the right evidence. So just because you don't like somebody on YouTube, you think you're going to get them in jail? You think that you're going to get them deported? Man, you have to have the most damning evidence to do that out here. They don't want to waste their time. I will guarantee you 125%. They do not want to waste their time with bullshit. Hearsay, third-party videos, all that crap. They don't care about it. They don't care. They don't care about it. That's why Barry is in jail. He's trying to deny everything. Ricky's trying to deny everything. The facts are there if somebody really wants to research it. Okay? If you really want to research it, I'm sure there are ways you could find out, besides hearing it from my mouth. Barry is in jail because there was an actual case filed, against him that we won this, with the BID, with the commissioner. And it takes a number of steps before the commissioner even signs that. And then after he signs that, it takes steps too. Then eventually the issuance of an arrest warrant. Then it goes on from there. Once the arrest warrant goes out, they have to arrest the person, but they need to know their location exactly. They need to know when they're going to be there. Sometimes they send scouts out if it's within Region 7. If they don't have to go out of their way, they might not do that. But it's very involved. It's really involved. With that said, I gotta go. He's paying the price. That's all we need to talk about. In regards to Mr. Jordan, he's paying his price. He's not getting out soon. And if Ricky is leading this man to believe that he's just as bad, we know he is, just as bad as Barry. But giving Barry false hope. Look, I want to see Barry suffer, okay? But, why don't you just be straight with the man so he could handle what's coming up to him? I'm not that heartless. Some of you think I'm really heartless. I'm not heartless, okay? I think, Ricky should man up, which is impossible for him to do since he's, making out with ladyboys, had his tongue down a ladyboy. So I can't say that he should be a man about the situation because he can't. He should be, though, because until Mr. Jordan straight off, look, this is what's going on, Barry. You ain't got a fucking chance. You do got 5 cyber counts approved against you. You're not going to go anywhere. You may wind up in Bikiton. You may sit in jail for a lot of years waiting for the case for the regional trial court in Battaglia to come up. It's going to be a long process, and you are in the land of the forgotten. When you're in the legal system here in the Philippines, you're in the land of the forgotten, lost time, like dinosaurs. Way in the past. New eras have come by. Jurassic Age. Neolithic. It's not much different. Okay, it's just not the Copper Age. It's that long with the Philippines. Now, let's say he has to wait a year, maybe more, 2 years before his case is heard in court. That's just the beginning. The first part of the court case is fact finding, all right? And then months and months and months and months and months after that, there'll be a second part of the case addressing some of the same issues, reissuing evidence against Barry. There'll be a point when, if he has an attorney, which I was told he does not by immigration, says that he is not represented, then, it's going to go on and on. There's different, I'm dealing with a guy from Facebook, and I've been in this particular courthouse 3 times already. That's just the start. Now, in Barry's case, he's already over 3 months, and we really haven't even started on this. I guess I have to read comments. Is Jasper another one of these? Oh, he certainly is. He certainly is. He's getting next to the top of the list on here. Yeah, he certainly is. Oh yeah, that guy's got to go. If anybody needs to be knocked down a few notches, he would make the list on that. Jasper would certainly make the list on there. There's no question about that. Okay, I'm surprised we even have 21 people on here at this time, but I really do have to go. I'm going to go out in the hot of the day, which I normally don't, but I got to take care of some business, and I have to pick up some hard copies at the printer's office. Certain things I'm putting together. No talking about that. See, that's where I start. I get the hard copies. I get the hard copies of reports that I just made. I get the hard copies. Okay, it's a beginning point. It's building a foundation for cases. Okay, then you go slam bam on the attack from there. Bam, when they don't even realize it. Boom, they're hit with something, and you knock that smirk off their face. That's how I work, my friends. That's why I work. Who likes being called a fucking child predator? Not me. And I don't think any of you out there would like to be called that if you're not. For anybody to make an insinuation of such thing. You know how I feel. A lot more than that. You'll know how I feel if it was you. So lots of shit to come, folks. Lots of shit to come. I thought I'd explain this away to make a little clarification, because Barry is it's sort of becoming a non-topic with me and other people, because he's exhausted his possibilities of ever getting out of jail or remedying his situation. Someone said he only needs $200,000 to bail out of his not to bail, to as far as his fines and everything else. That's bullshit. He's going to at least a half a million pesos for his overstay and his fines and fees and all that shit. No, don't listen to that bullshit. I mean, I'm telling you straight on, okay? That's all propaganda. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like everything else has been bullshit coming from Ricky's fucking disgusting fat pig nose face, who thinks he's above the fucking law, but he doesn't know that he's not above the law. That's how you get these people. Now you get my drift? That's how you get the people. When they're that cocky and they think they're above the law, that's how you get them. That's how you get them, because they're thinking they can never be touched. But look in Ricky's case, what happened with Fazio? He didn't get away with that shit. He got arrested. He got his ass arrested for that. You can't talk his way out of that one, huh, Ricky? You can't. You can't. All right, you spent 4 days in jail because you bailed out. Okay, but you still went to jail for 4 days, man. Good with me. But now Fazio's suing your ass, and that's why you're renting a 13,000 peso a month apartment that you're boasting about as if it's some kind of a 5-star resort, when it's nothing but an embarrassment. And compare it to be just a little bit bigger than what Barry's staying in right now, and not much nicer. Look, we understand you, Ricky. We understand where you're coming from, what you're trying to hide and why. And you making believe you got all this fucking money is bullshit. But you giving false information to Barry, who's fucked up as he is. And like I said, I'm not that heartless. I'm not that heartless. I think Barry needs to know the score, unless he's just being cocky and he doesn't want to admit that he knows the score. Unless Ricky has not been telling him the whole truth that he's fucked. And he is. Thanks, folks. I'm here because you're there.